If you're the parent of a high school student, you know that college planning can be overwhelming. There are so many great colleges out there, but finding the right one for your student can be a challenge, not to mention the sometimes confusing admissions process.
Well, Del Price founded Access College America, an organization dedicated to help you navigate the college admission process. Today, he is here with the ways you can stay organized in the college planning process. Hello and welcome to the show. Great topic.
Hi,
How you doing?
Eugene and Colleen. I'm excited to be here.
We're glad you're here, Dale. I'm going to be taking notes as you talk.
Yes.
Okay.
We're right here in this season of life. You've got 5 tips to getting and staying organized. Can you quickly run through them for us?
I can run through those, and you know, that's one of the reasons why parents come to me, because college planning can be overwhelming and students need to know, what can I do? So the 5 tips that I have is, first of all, and this is going to sound really cliche, but get an organizer, and not just get an organizer, but use the organizer. Start thinking about things that you have to do 1, 2, and 3 years from now and import those dates in the organizer. The second tip that I have is reward yourself. You know, don't just celebrate the big victories in life, but celebrate the small victories, because that's really going to give you an opportunity to get momentum to accomplish the next goal. The third advice that I have is to also take time to really think about what you're spending your time on. You know, students nowadays, they are addicted to social media, and there are so many apps on cell phones. So I tell my parents, really make sure that your student is only working or only has maybe 2 or 3 social media apps on their phone, because it's wasting a lot of time for all that other. The fourth tip I say is balance. It's not always just about work. It's about having fun in high school too. And the 5th tip that I say is sleep. Get your rest. You know, students nowadays, they're not getting enough sleep, and that really impacts their overall performance in the classroom too.
You know, there's a lot of anxiety that's associated with this entire process. And you say start with a timeline and work yourself backwards. Does that really help?
It does really help, because, you know, students have a hard time thinking about things they need to do, you know, further down the road. And they're so busy with sports and activities and involvement in extracurricular organizations, and high school is demanding. So it does help to really compartmentalize what it is you need to do now and what you have to do next week and the month after.
That gets back to the organizer thing you talked about, because when you said that, that stuck with me. Like, get an organizer and think about what I have to do 3 years from now. That stresses me out a little bit. But that's kind of what you mean about working backwards?
It is. That's exactly what I mean by doing that. And you know, and not just get an organizer. A lot of my students, they get organizers, but I have to tell them, you need to use the organizer. You can't just get the organizer and let it collect dust. And
so with key dates, is that what you're talking about?
Key dates, you need to look at when you have tests this year, standardized tests. You need to look at, you know, get the syllabus from your teacher and think about when you have those tests coming up. Think about when you have projects due. Take those dates, put them on the projects. Think about the major, the semester exams and the finals. Put those on there, but work backwards so you can plan to meet those dates and those deadlines. Time management is key.
I know this is a tall order for some teenage boys. I know.
Yeah, it's a tall order for anyone.
The ones I live with, yeah. What do you do if your student is deferred from a school that they applied to? Do you have advice there?
You know, we spend a lot of time preparing to get into college, but what happens, what do you tell your child if they are waitlisted? You know, and here's what you need to do. So parents need to take a pen and paper and write this down. Go to the admissions website that your child has been waitlisted for, which is deferment, and look at how to best correspond with that admissions officer. A lot of times, an admissions officer, a deferment or being waitlisted is not a bad thing. It just means that a university wants to give you a second look and compare you with the rest of the applicants. And a lot of times, they want to see additional test grades or how you do on your last semester in high school. And so follow those guidelines. Do not harass the admissions officer and call them every day and say, do you have a decision? Do you have a decision?
Is that a mission officer, is that the same thing as a college consultant? Or is that very, very different? And then why is the need for a college consultant?
Right, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. So I am not a replacement for a guidance counselor. I'm more of a supplement to a guidance counselor. So guidance counselors and I work on the same team. The difference is that I have a child's exclusive interest in where they want to go to school, and I help them navigate throughout the entire process.
I need you in my life. I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you. It's been great.
Really great information. Go to accesscollegeamerica.org for more information. accesscollegeamerica.org. Dale, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.